Hey guys, today Frank and I will be checking out the brand new Mom Jeans album, Sweet Tooth. We hope you guys check out the album and we hope you guys enjoy the episode. Thank you. Well, we are here. We've made it to the AMC section.
What a section.
Right?
Yeah. I've said this before to Javi and Tex, but every time we say AMC section, we say C section. Just a little fun fact. Just a little fun fact.
Just a little fun fact for you. But
awesome.
I just want to point out,
What's up, man?
we are back at albums.
Yes, we are.
The last time I covered an album was our first episode.
Look at them. And
We are on episode 8 currently.
that's amazing, man. What are some things we've covered? We covered was it? No, don't remind. I wanna say it myself.
Okay.
It was Cosmic Thrill Seekers.
Yes.
Like, who's the band though? Tell me the band.
Prince Daddy and the
Hyenas.
Hyenas.
Let's fucking go. We've done that. We've done the Warriors. We've done Batman Court of Owls. What else we done, man?
We've gone through the Beatles.
The Beatles.
We've gone through Whiplash recently.
Star Wars, bro.
Star
That was the
Wars.
first time I seen Star Wars. So, man, if you're watching this, just know we've done a whole bunch of shit, and I can't wait to do more, man. I felt like I was gonna run out of ideas to shoot things, but now more than ever, I'm just thinking of things that like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do this. There's so much beautiful entertainment to look at, artistry and stuff. So
Oh yeah.
I know I got a whole bunch, and if I do, I know you got like a billion more, man. So I mean, the comic book section is a blessing, but also this album right here, again, man, it's one of the best things we do this because we get exposed to newer music, newer sound, newer experiences, and this definitely was one. So for the final, what are we talking about right now, Javi?
Boy, we talk about albums. We also talk about movies. We also talk about comics.
Hell yeah, man.
If you look at those three things, builds AMC. Don't sue us, AMC. If you do, we'll win.
Facts,
We don't
man.
want to embarrass you guys.
Matt
Come
Murdock on your ass, bro.
on. Come on. Don't do this to yourself.
Facts, man, facts. Give me free tickets. But what album are we covering today, man?
So this is a very special album. I was very excited to talk about this album
Awesome.
because we are looking at the new album by Mom Jeans.
Oh yeah.
The album's called Sweet Tooth.
Mm-hmm.
Why I'm so excited to talk about this album is because technically today, on the 24th of February, it's not out yet.
Hey,
It comes out tomorrow.
got a little sneak peek, little exclusive.
But we got an exclusive pretty
Yeah.
much.
How did you get your hands on this exclusive, Javi?
So I was supposed to see Mom Jeans
Yeah.
in November.
Okay.
And I was supposed to see them live with Origami Angel,
Mhm.
another band that we were almost going to talk about this episode
Yeah, man.
until we figured out a way to talk about Sweet Tooth.
Oh yeah, that was gonna be my bleep shit. I was gonna be like, so we were gonna talk about. But I mean, I guess the
I'll
story.
bleep it.
Thanks,
I'll
bro.
bleep
I
it.
just really enjoy the bleeping stuff. It's just so funny to me. But wait, you said that you went to the show to go see them and everything?
So the show was supposed to happen in November.
Okay.
Origami Angel was supposed to open up for them as well
wow.
with a couple of other openers.
Mm.
But it got canceled because some of the lead singer of Origami Angel caught COVID.
Oh
and some
shit.
other touring members also caught COVID.
Oh damn.
So they canceled 3 shows. One in Jersey, one in PA, and one here in New York.
Trash.
But they rescheduled them.
What venue were they supposed to perform in New York?
It's the same. It was the same venue. So they
Oh, okay.
they played at Warsaw in Brooklyn.
Oh, nice. I'm very close to there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you where. Nice.
But so they rescheduled these shows as release shows because of the fact that they had this new album coming out this month.
Oh wow.
And so I was really excited about that.
Hmm.
And then a week before the show, they announced that their opener was going to be Prince Daddy and Hyena.
That's so cool, man.
And I was like, what?
Yeah, man. That's like universal line for you. It was like, we got you, Javi.
It was so amazing.
Awesome.
And so I saw they played in New York their second night. The first night they played in Jersey, and I saw online that they had the album, the
Yeah.
record at the merch booth. So when I went, I brought my backpack with me.
Mhm.
The very first thing I did when I got to the venue is went to the merch booth.
Of course.
I bought this record, stuffed it in my backpack, put my backpack in coat check,
Nice.
and I was chilling for
Yeah,
the
you
rest of the night.
cannot take that shit to the crowd, bro.
I saw one
No.
person holding the record up in the
No,
crowd,
yeah.
holding it above everyone, trying to make sure that like it didn't get.
Oh,
like,
I thought you meant in a more like beautiful way, like no,
No, they were just trying to make sure like it stayed safe. Like they weren't trying to get it crushed or anything.
That's like bringing your baby to a fucking concert, bro.
I saw
funny.
that and I was like, I'm glad I fucking brought my backpack.
A lot of people try to get their shit signed though. I know that. I went to a Lupe Fiasco concert the other day. Food and Liquor, one of the best albums in the world, and a lot of people had albums and they wanted stuff to get him signed, but it was difficult. I do want to tell a story about that at the end though, if we can. But continue what you're saying.
So it was. I will say this: when I saw Prince Eddie in the Hyena live in December, I would say that was one of the best shows I had gone to in quite a while.
Awesome.
But that changed when I saw Mom Jeans
Nice.
and Prince Daddy and the Hyena in the same place.
Nice, man.
We'll put a couple of the clips that I took of that night on the supplementary because it really captures what the energy was that night.
Hold on, can we flashback real quick? Can we flashback to the thing?
Ooh. Nice.
Welcome back. Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. It's like we were there. Bro.
Wow. The energy's up again, man. I
Oh
got my
my
adrenaline
God.
going. I'm ready to fucking mosh right now.
That's our first flashback, Javi.
That was our first. Oh man, can we get like the Teletubbies thing going on?
Let me try. Let me try right here. Let's flashback again. Let's flashback again. Oh, I'm not gonna put a flashback there just to make it funny. Anyway, that's fucking cool, man. And I love when that happens because when you get a concert experience that hits like no other, I feel like sometimes the concert you think is gonna be the one that lasts and is the best. Sometimes it isn't, and the one that you go to and it's kind of random and stuff is just eventful as fuck, and you can never forget, you know. So, but you know, teach his own type shit.
Yeah, I mean, this show was amazing. Like Prince Daddy and the Hyena killed it.
Awesome,
and
awesome.
They were just so great. They always bring such great, amazing energy. I brought my brother with me.
Awesome.
He thinks that they played better than Mom Jeans that night, and I was like, damn.
So that's what you got them opening you for, right? You know, you want them to set up the show and everything.
Yeah, but
nice.
that was really dope. And when Mom Jeans came on, there was a pretty amazing moment during the show where at some point during one of their songs, they were leading up to the breakdown of it.
Breakdown.
And at that moment, Corey Gregory, the lead singer, frontman of Prince Daddy and the Hyena, comes into the crowd right next to me, to my left.
No fucking way.
And he turns to the guy to his left, and he shouts at him. He's like, "Hey, pick me up when the breakdown ends."
Oh wow!
And the people around us are like, "Yo, it's fucking Corey."
That's like going to an Akon concert and Akon's right next to you. And you're like, that's fucking Akon.
And we were like, "Yo, Corey's right here."
That's cool.
And as soon as the breakdown happened, Corey threw his arm around me and started using me as leverage to pick himself up. And I was like, "Holy shit!" And in that moment, I'm like, "Yo, I'm picking up Corey Gregory to crowd surf."
That's fucking cool as shit. And what a way to get with your like audience, you know? What a way to be like, give them that little moment where you look over and you gotta do like a double take. You're like, no fucking way, man. He's right here in front of me. So say his name one more time for
Corey
me.
Gregory.
Corey Gregory, because I have to familiarize myself with the whole members because this is one of my first times listening to a complete piece of them. You know, we did it in a very cool way. You know, so
yeah, I mean, I'll point out how we went about this because you might be wondering, how are you guys talking about this album if it's not out yet? What the fuck?
We find a way. We find a way.
We find a goddamn way, and the way we did that is that
we literally have the copyright.
Is that we have the copyright here,
but
what I was able to do is that I was able to rip my vinyl, like how you might rip your CD to digitize your collection.
Yeah,
I digitized my collection
because
vinyls already come out with download codes, not all of them. But
I didn't know that. What the hell?
Yes, some vinyls will come with download code so that you could have it digitally as well.
Oh, what? That's badass. That's fucking really cool.
So so I basically digitized my copy of this album and I was able to share it with you so that you could listen to it.
Because we wanted to try to listen to it at the same time in the same room, but we just didn't have time. And we were, and you know, Javi admittedly he said we had the original album. And,
Beep.
And he said, no, let's actually get this album, and we found a way. And we made it work. And I'll say this, man, it was a little late in the week, you know, because we do our research as we do and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm going to try to work it out. But I'm very grateful you put this album because, you know, we'll get into it after we start the whole idea, you know, talking about it. But I'm pretty grateful that you chose this album, man, because, again, new doors for me to open up and peek my ears into. But super interesting album, super fun, super eventful. And, oh, my God, like I'm excited to talk about it because I got to take a real deep listen. And he also sent me the lyrics, which were a great thing.
was also curious if you noticed that during the recording, you could actually hear the record player itself. So you could hear the needle running.
Oh, wow. I don't think I noticed that, but that's fucking awesome, though.
So
what the hell?
Yeah, so pretty much it was as if you were listening to the record itself.
I may not have noticed, but I definitely heard it. So that's pretty fucking cool.
But yeah, so I'll start off with a couple things to begin. Mom Jeans is a 4-piece band. They're an emo indie band based out of Berkeley, California.
Let's hold that poster up so the camera can see. Pass it over here. Oh, you got it there?
I got it.
Nice. And who's on the cover of that?
So on the cover of this poster here that I'm showing, we got Eric Butler, the frontman, lead singer, and Austin Carango, I believe his last name is.
No, Texas.
You
better know his fucking name, bro. Nah, fuck with you.
Yeah, I was right. Austin Carango. He's their drummer.
Okay.
Bart Thompson is their lead guitarist, and Samuel Kless is their bassist.
Awesome.
What's interesting about their bassist, Samuel Kless, is that he's a new addition to the band. The last bassist that they had was someone that worked at them for the first 2 albums, but he left to pursue different things and whatever.
Gotcha.
So they brought Samuel Kless, who's the bassist of Just Friends, another band.
Okay.
Who's also has a company with Mom Jeans called IWantMyHoney.tv.
Nice. What does that do? I Want My Honey.
It's a clothing brand.
Oh, dope! That's fucking awesome.
So they make their own clothing and stuff like that.
Put some clothing up and everything.
Yeah, like to the music video to Cry Baby, the shirt that you pointed out, that's one of their shirts that they make for I Want My Honey.
I said that he looked like harmless coconut water. I'm gonna put it up so you might look to see, because that was just so randomly. But
a side by side photo comparison.
Right there. I'm having mad fun with this visual shit, but that just means more work for me to do in the edit. So I'm gonna stop that shit.
Throw an explosion.
3 cats, 2 dogs, Gandhi. Damn it.
But to continue, these guys, as I said, they formed in Berkeley, California.
Okay.
Their first album came out in 2016. It was called Best Buds.
Best Buds.
Their sophomore album came out in 2018, and it was called Puppy Love.
Puppy Love. I think I've seen that album cover, if I'm not mistaken.
I've probably shown you it for sure.
Awesome.
The album cover to Puppy Love is just the 4 of them all just kind of like holding each other around their shoulders and stuff.
I was actually thinking about the one with the yellow Labrador on the cover?
Yeah. That's Fuck Art by The Dirty Nil.
And what did I think what it was, what I wanted to say was that they didn't Link win a contest or something like that with that?
I didn't win a contest. What I did is that I paid for a personalized cover.
Link is Hobby's dog.
Yes. I paid for a personalized cover to have Link replace the golden Labrador, which is on the cover of it.
That's so cool.
And a part of that payment went towards a donation of Ladybird Sanctuary Ladybird Animal Sanctuary in Canada.
Awesome. And shout out to that Ladybird
Animal Sanctuary.
Nice. There's a Ladybird Lake in Texas, but we're getting off topic right now. All right.
But so before we started filming, I showed you a bit of their music from their first 2 albums, Best Buds and Puppy Love.
Okay.
The reason why I wanted to do that is because this album was a big departure for them. This album is basically a reintroduction to the band, because this album coming out in 2022, their last one came out in 2018.
Oh, wow.
So that's 4 years.
So high school between them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we don't gotta do time measurements by like decade and stuff. You know.
But it's been 4 years since their last album, and just want to point out, fuck you, Daniel Ek from Spotify. Yes, you can release an album 3 to 4 years, and people will still listen.
Pussy.
But anyways.
That shit is just bad funny to me.
So. Eric Butler described their first 2 albums, Best Buds and Puppy Love, as sort of mixtapes.
Okay.
There wasn't much of a theme going on for either of those albums. It's just kind of a mood more than anything else.
Okay.
And I've watched a video kind of explaining the sort of polarizing effect of Mom Jeans, because in the community, you either love them or you don't care about them.
You're just not into it.
And,
you don't. Yeah.
And so I've watched a whole video kind of sort of explaining that, because they're actually pretty smart in terms of the way that they make their names for songs and albums and things like that.
They're pretty trendy name titles, right? Like
not even like, well, I guess trendy is kind of the right word to use. I think the correct word is ubiquitous.
Okay.
Where
define ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous. Ubiquitous.
It's basically words that are used in common day.
Kind of like what you were saying about the SEO earlier, no?
SEO.
SEO, right? What is
Yeah.
that again?
Search engine optimization.
And so when you type in like Rick and Morty,
it looks for those terms, Rick and Morty,
and on a Google search engine or DuckDuckGo and all that stuff. Yeah. So okay, so they're clever because I think of, and not to like jump too into it, but is it Acid Die Trip? Is that the song on this album?
Tie-Dye Acid Trip.
Tie-Dye Acid Trip. Sorry. When I was listening to it, I'm just like, man, this is a cool title. And it was one of the few songs that when I looked at the song itself, I mean, I'm gonna get into it in a bit, but I just thought that was a very interesting and fitting title for the song. So I mean, maybe that is similar to what you're saying right now.
They're very clever in their sort of like song names and things like that, and their album names, because ubiquitous, again, being words that are commonly used. You look at words like best buds. You look at words like puppy love. What are those words invoking you?
Alliteration, right? That's best buds.
Best buds is alliteration.
They invoke alliteration. That's man, I was so quick to answer to it.
Yeah, you're like, alliteration.
I got
it.
Maybe like a soft-hearted mood, like you said, like best buds, puppy love, like kind of youth, kind of like life experience, childhood to adulthood. You know?
And I feel like
and alliteration.
And I'm curious, like you were kind of making some points or some notes of like the difference between their music then versus now with their new album.
Yeah.
Where you said their new album definitely in comparison sounds like more lively.
Yeah, more musical, if that makes. I know they were always music, but there's a little more oomph to this album in particular.
Yeah,
and complexities.
So what's really interesting about you saying that is because Mom Jeans, in terms of creating this album, they wanted to create something that was sort of a concept album. The concept of it essentially is that they wanted to create ear candy. They wanted this album to sound like ear candy to you when you listen to it.
That's why Sweet Tooth is the name?
That's why it's called Sweet Tooth.
I had a couple thoughts about why it's called Sweet Tooth that I kind of pondered midway through the album. That's fucking cool though. Yeah. That's fucking cool.
And so they just wanted to encapsulate this sort of pop punk era where like the inspirations that they're bringing from Blink-182 and Green Day and things like that, which Eric Butler has said himself, they're trying to sort of recreate and encapsulate this pop punk era of the early 2000s.
Okay.
And do that again.
I was going to say before we started, when I asked you, they're signed to a record label, right?
They're signed to Counterintuitive Records.
And the reason I asked is because I don't know if they were signed at the last two albums.
They were.
Because I think with this album, when I hear when I hear all the music, I just imagine them playing it for their record label, with hopes of getting signed. Little did I know they were already signed. And I think it really is just a particular sound that you don't get anymore. I mean, I know there's a lot of bands making similar genre and all that stuff. And there's so much music being put out today now and recognized because of streaming and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I just figured that if I was trying to find the next, like, not it thing, but just, band that can really put out good music, and I heard the albums and the song with a good listen, a good experience listen, or just not even, it's really musically inclined. I don't know if I'm using that like correctly, but I just
you are.
Yeah, I really think it's just something that's magic to the ear. And I mean, I don't listen to a lot of this genre, man. I listen to a lot of hip hop, rap, or just really random shit. But with this, again, I listened to it like 2.5 times, 3.5 times, and it just got me. I just needed the right moment and way to listen, and it was with pure attention and lyric reading. And when I got that, again, I got entranced. I got really into the music, and when we go down on track list, I'll explain more. But it's a very magical thing, the sound they capture. It's almost magical, all jokes aside. You know?
I mean, I'll just say, like, I was just, the first time I heard this album, I immediately, because learning about their sort of Blink-182 and Green Day like inspirations immediately from the first track alone, I was like, yes, I already get these ideas and inspirations and these feelings. And I think overall it was just a great album. It was just such a fun listen, and we can start going down the track list.
Yeah, man,
if we want to.
Let's fucking do
it. It's kind of a short album.
It is
37 minutes or so.
I couldn't believe it when I saw the timestamp. I was like, this is really the whole album. What the hell? Like,
but it's 13 tracks.
Yeah, man.
A whole 13 tracks. Just to go down the list for you real quick.
Yeah, man.
Opens up with Something Sweet. Then it goes down to What's Up. Goes to Hippo in the Water. Circus Clown. White Trash Millionaire. Sugar Rush. Oh wait, I messed it up actually.
God
This
damn it,
is out of order.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I was reading it right here. This is we're up to two.
White
Is
Trash
What's Up.
Millionaire,
All right.
Circus Clown.
I like the name White Trash Millionaire a lot.
They have a music video coming out for it tomorrow.
I think it's. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Send me that shit, please. Please.
Then it goes to Sugar Rush,
Mhm.
Graduating Life.
Let me say this one. Goes out to Love Later. We're written with the 8.
Yes.
Okay.
Cry Baby on the Phone,
Ooh.
Anime Theme Song,
Mhm.
Tie Dye Acid Trip,
Yep.
10 Minutes, and Teeth.
Nice.
Those are the 13 tracks on this album.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
And so let's just open it up with
Yeah.
something sweet.
For sure. Oh, you want to open up with actually something sweet? Or you want not?
Oh my God, you're so funny, Frankie.
I know,
Oh my
man.
gosh. Please tell me that you have more jokes coming because I can't do this all by myself.
I'm a little tired today. I wanted to say off the bat. So when I thought of the album Sweet Tooth, right? And then I hear something that says, one of the lyrics on the album, it says in the first song, something sweet. It says, just give me something sweet so I can make it through the week. Don't care if I end up with cavities. Right?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, they're either talking about sex, drugs, or life choices. You know, because that's the first impression I got when I was carefully listening to the album. I was like, this is the lyric I read and it stood out to me the most. And that's what I was referring it to. Because I felt like there was some later, I mean, without hearing the rest, that was my first impression. Because I couldn't interpret Sweet Tooth and I never would have guessed Ear Candy.
Yeah, I mean, with the opening lyrics alone, it's like I have two favorite lines from this song alone, where it is the opening lyrics. Give me something sweet so I can make it through the week. Don't care if I end up with cavities.
Yeah,
because the way he sings it too, it's just so catchy.
Yeah,
and
man.
like the way I interpret it is just kind of like, you like, just give me anything to make this shitty week a little bit better.
Man. Anything really. And sometimes we all need that, you know, that little oomph again, you know.
Yeah. And another, like, my favorite line too in this song is when in the first verse where he says, I'm feeling sour because I've been stuck inside for hours. It's been a real long time since I've seen the sun.
Yeah, man.
And it's just the way he sings it. It's so catchy.
Yeah, it's a great voice. And again, the lead singer is
Eric Butler.
Great voice.
What's interesting about his singing too, and in general the band, is that they all have musical history.
Okay.
They all played instruments in high school, specifically like their bands and stuff in high school, like marching band and things like that.
Hey, I did marching band too, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Shout out to you bitches because that shit is awesome. That was a great experience.
And so they all have sort of that musical background, so they're all musically inclined, like how you said, in that way. And his voice, if you listen to it a little more from the first two albums, it's a little more muted. I think is the best way to use it. And he said that for this album, he took a lot of lessons and classes to try and improve his singing.
Gotcha.
Because one of the biggest jokes that anyone could make about Eric Butler's voice is that he kind of sounds like Kermit the Frog.
I can't do a Kermit.
Hey, we're going to go over here now.
We're gonna go over.
My name's Kermit the Frog.
Hey guys. Yeah, I cannot do a Kermit the Frog.
Dude,
I know how he sounds.
there's an awesome video where this guy, for like hitting this many subscribers on his YouTube channel, did a video where Kermit the Frog fucks a McChicken. It's like, oh my God, I gotta fuck a McChicken now?
Hey guys, fuck man, I'm trying my hardest to make it come out, and I just sound like an old creepy guy. Hey. I'm not trying no more. I didn't know he sounded like Kermit the Frog though. That's fucking hilarious.
But yeah, that was an easy joke that people would make sometimes about his singing. So that's something he really
I
improved
thought it
on.
meant just by voice, like talking and stuff. So they think his singing sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, like people have joked around about that and stuff in the past in the community and whatever. Yeah. So I would imagine. Yeah, bro. So he definitely took that to heart and definitely took some classes and got a little better. And I think it shows because I like kind of like how you said his voice just it fits this music and fits these lyrics and like the sound so perfectly.
It fits everything and he's the core and base of it all because there's so much range to this one in particular. I don't know about the other albums fully, but in terms of range, I think, and it's a song we'll get to in the future. Very soon future, where I'm gonna really emphasize that because it's one of my favorite songs. Nice. And I was also gonna say, what if they told Michael Jackson he sounded like Alvin the Chipmunks, and then he just stopped?
Right?
Yeah, that's what you do when you bully people, bro. Fuck you. I'm gonna work on my Kermit the Frog impression, and next week I'm gonna perfect this.
all right.
I just want to throw it out there.
But Something Sweet, I just thought was an awesome track to open up 100%. With. It's just so fun. It's so catchy. It's just such a headbanger.
Oh yeah, man.
Then they go into What's Up,
Yeah, man.
which is the first single that they released for this album. And I'll tell you, when I first heard this song, I was so shocked because I was like, oh my God, this sounds like Blink-182.
Oh, I've never listened to any Blink-182 songs.
What?
I didn't mean it. I didn't want you to find out this way. I was gonna say it earlier. I may have heard.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie. I might have heard the ones that are famous as fuck. I don't know that to credit them. I'm sorry.
How dare you? In my own home.
I don't want you to find out this way. I just know I couldn't live this lie any longer.
Oh my God.
I've never heard like full on Blink-182. I just know it because of you.
Link just scoffed right now. He's scoffing at you. I know, Link. I can't believe this fucking guy.
There'll be no more episodes past this one. Rest in peace, or matter. One of my favorite lyrics from this song is that, I mean, he says, makes no sense to me. I should be happy. Should be thankful for the friends that I have around me, the support of my fractured family. But so I'm just pretending that I'm fine when I'm feeling lousy all the time. I just really like the shout out of what's really important. I like the shout out of saying, like, you know, I should be grateful. I should be happy for all the good things in my life, regardless of having a family or whether it be fractured or not. Mm-hmm. And I think that point is really to be emphasized, because sometimes, you know, even just having a normal life, not to reference Mouse again, but when you know somebody who's had a terrible past and you compare your life to theirs, or like, you know, sons and daughters of immigrants and stuff like that, who don't think they have it as hard as their parents, therefore they feel kind of selfish for living normally and all that stuff. I just think that can always seem like a thing that's happening to you, especially with, you know, I thought this guy was talking about love in this album and like heartbreak. So I felt that sometimes you feel so, you know, people are looking out for you and all that stuff, but you can still feel so trash, you know, and you should be grateful for the good things around you.
Yeah, because I'll say that in comparison to their last two albums, the honesty in this album is just so flat out there.
I feel like it's very poetic too.
Yeah, he's not shy to talk about these things that are really going on. I mean, he didn't have to say fractured family.
Not at all.
He could have just said family.
Yeah, but he did it for the alliteration.
The alliteration. It is about the alliteration.
That's what it's always been about, the alliteration, bro. Just saying, man. Shout outs to grammar. Fuck Oxford commas though.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, man.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, fuck Oxford commas.
You're coming in here saying you haven't listened to Blink and saying fuck Oxford commas. Are you really? No, this is the last episode of Refined Matter. Fuck this show. Actually, fuck this show.
Yeah, man, just a bunch of truths coming out today. That's what good music does.
Good music tears apart people.
That's what it is, man. Stay tuned for our new podcast, Tearing Apart People.
I just want to point out that we're not friends anymore. We're enemies.
Man. Yeah, I hate you, man. On the record. Just get out of here. We're cool people, man.
Nah, I still hate you.
But yeah, him saying fractured family, that was a very, like, you know, little pry into his personal life. And it always gets interesting when you get personal, man, because the truth is always the most convincing, most genuine. And oh my God, I'm so sorry. I had some birria tacos yesterday and they were so fucking good. Oh my God. Anyway, the truth is very crucial. And I just really appreciate it because I felt it. I'm so sorry for that taco reference.
Yeah, I mean, I think What's Up is just such a great track. When they played this song at the concert, it was just such an awesome feeling where when he sings I'm such a fucking piece of shit.
Man. Oh my God.
When he, like, everyone in the crowd is just screaming that. I remember turning to some random guy and we're just screaming at each other, I'm such a fuck. Like,
put your hand on your shoulder. Man, chill. Chill, man.
It releases such an emotion where it's just like, oh my God, just letting out that sort of frustration sometimes.
And I think, and I hope you haven't, but I think we all felt that way every now and then. You know, in moments in my life, I know I've definitely felt that. And I think with music like this and saying things like that, man, it just really lets you identify with the artist. Yeah. And I really appreciate that, man, because it's just so much things to relate to and not relate to, but it's a gift to be able to walk into somebody else's mind. Yeah. You know?
And from What's Up, we go into a little fun ditty.
Oh, yeah.
Called Hippo in the Water. has such a great like chorus gang to it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, another thing that I should point out as well is that the chorus or I'm sorry, the group vocals were done by Corey Gregory from Prince Daddy and the Hyena.
That's fucking cool as shit, man. That's
so
cool as
any
shit.
group vocals you hear in the song, Corey's part of that.
And that's why he's their opener. Well, you know, like their band is their opener and everything. That's cool as shit.
Another thing I'll point out to you about that show is that Prince Daddy and the Hyena, they opened up with playing their hit song Hidden Track. And Eric Butler came out and played the trombone for the whole song.
Bro, that's fucking cool. Especially me because I play trombone, so I always got a little soft spot in my heart for trombone. That's
this guy is just killing on the trombone, playing to Hidden Track.
You think saxophone's the only cool instrument? It is, but the trombone is very awesome too. I'm just saying, man. That's awesome. To me, that's fucking cool as shit, man. I hope if you have video of it.
I do.
Nice. Boom, it'll be right there. too much flashbacks.
Come back. No more.
Now we'll put it right. Boom, there. Awesome.
No, I want it right here.
All right, bro. All this work, man. Fuck these cameras, bro. About to go back to audio only, bro. I just want to chill. but he came out and played the trombone and stuff like that. That's really impressive, man. And I think that's very fun for the audience. I think anytime modern artists bring out, especially modern artists that play more rock or even rap, hip hop, so anything. I love when they bring out true instruments. Not all instruments are true instruments, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like a more orchestral, like a French horn or a trombone, a trumpet, anything, a clarinet even.
Yeah.
I just think it's very beautiful. And I'm going to get on more of that later. Trust me, I know I keep saying that, but my notes for this, I wrote them as they came about with the music. Okay. So I don't want to indirectly say something without comparing it to what the experience for me was. But Hippo in the Water, I have the lyrics right here, but continue what you were saying about the song.
Yeah, I mean, Hip on the Water, the reason why I brought up the trombone thing is because I love the trombone in this song.
Nice.
When you're doing the vocal gangs for Yes I Do. And like the way the trombone just sings along with it is just so great.
Yeah, man.
It's such a fun little song because it's like the little love song that you would want to write for that special someone.
I like the lyric where it says, I think it might be kind of fun to pretend that we're meant to be together and we'll never be apart. And I just think that there's a little essence in that little feeling of, you know, maybe this is not gonna ever happen, but it's fun for in the moment. Because there's a later song that this I will say, he says like there's a mattress us sized, you know, like to the person that he's referring to. And I love little things like that because they're pretty like romantic, but they're also just relatable, you know. And I think everybody again can also relate to that feeling of like this will never happen, but you know, for the moment, like just let it happen type
and
shit.
I think it speaks again to that honesty of like here he is, it's like this might be a love song, but he's still like it might not last forever, but like let's just soak it in right now.
Most love doesn't last, I would say, probability wise, and just like you know, pickiness and just life choices, all that stuff, you know. I think it really comes back to that root. So yeah, that line really stood out. And what was it that the Beatles lyric where it's like, do you believe in love at first sight? And he's like, yes, I think it happens most of the time, or all, you know, something like that. So just that, it's a historical reference that will keep going on in all music. Yeah, it's fucking cool.
I mean, it's just a fun song. It goes by pretty quick.
Yeah, most of them do.
Which is I saw one review for the album point something pretty interesting out where they say that Mom Jeans makes songs that are just the perfect length, similar to Joyce Manor, which is a punk band that all their songs are like 2-3 minutes. They're over before you know it. So all their albums are literally like 20-30 minutes.
Okay. Sometimes that's clever, especially in the generation like today where like attention span and stuff. I'm not saying that's their purpose. Maybe that's just their method.
That's just punk, honestly.
Oh, nice. Yeah, awesome. Nice.
But as we move on from Hip on the Water, we go to White Trash Millionaire.
This is the first song that has the use of a trumpet in the album. Like a trumpet in the background and stuff, which is, I was so anxious to point it out when you showed me the video earlier. I'm assuming they do use the trumpet more often than not in their music and stuff, because in this album, they used it several times.
I mean, because again, all these guys come from a musical background of marching bands, so they all know how to play these instruments and stuff. So Eric Butler, he always brings his trombone for the shows and things like that.
There was the Chance the Rapper has a lot of use of trumpets. He even put out some free music on iTunes. I think it's called Donnie Trumpets, etc., etc. But it reminded me of the use of it because it comes in so like fluidly, like it kind of fades in, fades out, and I like that use because it reminds me of the work by Acid Rap by Chance the Rapper, which is a very, I would say, some people it's personal. I just think it's a fun album. I think it's very like not sad, just beautiful, beautiful essence, soul essence, and I like how trumpet kind of eases in and out. It's like, you know,
it's never overused. It's used like the right amount.
Yeah, like a little extra salt on top of the final dish, you know, and it's perfect. It's perfect.
It's used really well throughout the entire album.
Yeah, man.
But White Trash Millionaire is such a fun song too. Like,
yeah, man.
I'm excited for the music video for it to come out. It looks like it's a blast. Like it looks like they're in a studio room and it's just like money just like flying everywhere and stuff.
With the Migos. I wrote for my note, I said, after listening to White Trash Millionaire, I say, so he's talking about a past lover and how tough it is to stay sober without seeing their face. And that was my, one note of the song. I mean, again, I wish we could just play the songs and the lyrics off of it. But that's the feeling I got out of listening to that song.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say I definitely kind of interpret it the same way, especially for the chorus where he says, so now I'm staying up and sleeping in while wondering if we'll ever speak again.
Yeah. And
he continues, and when I step outside and realize how many months it's been without you, I can't help from feeling sad and empty all over again.
Yeah, man.
And it's just, the song is very upbeat, which is funny.
And it tricks you, right? It tricks you into sounding like this, Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Like, this is another song that they played live at the show that I went to. And because like you said, it kind of tricks you. It opens up a little bit slow.
Yeah.
It's like, I miss you so goddamn much. And it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it just goes in after that. So it tricks you into thinking it's going to be a slow song until it's not.
It really isn't.
And there's just such a great juxtaposition between the lyrics and the music, where the music is so happy, but the lyrics are very sad.
Yeah, man. They really fucking are. And they do get sadder, and and I felt like this is like this kind of fading away of the excitement of it. And there's a section of the album where it kind of gets into this melancholy sense. It really starts off with like or like, great energy, and I think the energy kind of gets, really, I look at it like the stages of grief, this album. How they say like denial and all this stuff, how sometimes your first reaction is to be angry, and then it's like understand all that stuff. So I felt it may not be particularly that process, but I felt like there was a process, whether it be heartbreak or hurting or just anything. There's a process to healing from it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I also love it in White Trash Millionaire where he says, at least I promise I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm sorry. He says, I'll see your face over and over, and as the months get longer, I'll get stronger. At least I promise I'm not going to give it my best shot. And I just thought that was another fun little line there to throw, where it's like, because I feel like it does give a little bit of hope near the end of the song, where it's like he's getting better.
Yeah, man.
Though. It's just kind of time is what he needs.
And time is really, like they say, time heals everything. And some things can't be healed, but I genuinely think that time will heal. I mean, it's all you got. Sometimes when you don't got no more time, so you better, not figure that shit out, but
be patient.
And work it out the way you can, because inevitably it can be healed, and in its own time. That's the only thing we have in this world.
And after White Trash Millionaire goes to Circus Clown.
Oh, yeah.
Which I also showed the music video to this to you, which was also another fun music video.
Yeah, man. And how does he start off the song? He says,
problem is that I care too much. Either that or I just don't give a fuck about anything that doesn't have to do with getting back to your arms where I feel I so desperately belong.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, man, I'm a big sucker for like romance stuff and everything. And I feel like sometimes people try to be romantic with the most complex wording. Like the sort of story I told the other day about like with the snake and shit like that. And for me, that's fun to do. But I think I'm not correct. I have my own opinion. But I think the most romantic things are the most simple things. Saying things like this, I think, is the most forward way to tell somebody, how you feel and how you feel when you're with them, or how everything else doesn't matter compared to when I'm with the one person that it matters with, right? So I don't know. Like I'm a sucker for it because I think it's genuine. It's hard to say simple things. I think that's what it is.
Because I feel like the issue is that when you say things so simply, it can come out corny or cheesy. Yeah. But Eric just does a way of going about it where it just comes out really natural and really relatable.
And the music is kind of what complexes it, like makes it more complex than it really is, which is the beautiful thing about music, how it aids the lyricism.
Yeah.
But it really is a great way to just start off and just, you know, like what better way to relate by straight up saying like, maybe I just don't give a fuck, but if you're not there, you know, what do I give a fuck about, you know?
Yeah. And I just think it has a pretty good chorus. If life's a circus, then I'm the biggest clown. I'll trade my love for laughs and let you cut me down. If you just put your head on top of my shoulder, I'll miss my friends, but we can grow older. Wow. And it's so catchy.
Yeah. Oh, super catchy. Like
it's so catchy.
Yeah. I got this one song stuck in my head, bro. But no, definitely this too, because when you watch the video and just listen to the song, you're immediately hooked. You're immediately hooked. And I love at the end, or maybe he repeats this, he says, doing nothing is better when I'm doing it with you.
Yes.
And again, just so straightforward. But that's the person you want to stay with, you know, like if you're doing nothing, like, hey, let's just sit down and exist, you know, like that saying, thank you for existing. Like that's the most complimentary thing somebody could say to you, you know, like, thank you for just being a person that you are, you know, like what? That's I'm like, thanks. You know, that's all it is.
Yeah. They also played this song at the concert and it was pretty nice where they sing that part, doing nothing is better when I'm doing it with you. Cause for the second part of it, Eric just had the whole crowd sing it back to him. So it was pretty fun because I was surprised that a lot of people knew the lyrics to these new songs and
they're
stuff
so
already.
recent and everything, right?
Yeah, so
that's fans.
Which just made the show better because it's like, yo, we're all in this.
Maybe
like,
we'll have fans say, and we're like, yeah. That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty dope.
And so we get to the next song, which is Sugar Rush, right? And what I wrote for this is great song. Very poetic, soft sounding, and a break from the usual loudness, but still gnarly. That's what I wrote for that one.
I think what this song does really well is just it has such a powerful outro.
Yeah.
Like it opens up for the first verse very slow and you're kind of getting into it.
Yeah.
You're kind of getting into the groove of it. The lyrics are hitting and whatever.
Yeah.
But then it gets down to that point where all the instruments come in and it's just so loud and bombastic.
Yeah, man.
It's like the best way to put it, where that solo comes in. And even as he's singing the chorus, which I love the chorus to this song, where he says, so just take a few deep breaths and try your best to regain your head. And I'll do my best to keep cool, calm, and collected. Stop taking out your feelings on me and I'll find it a bit easier to be honest about all the things I never want to talk about with anyone ever again.
And then I'm going to read that lyric out because I think that might be my favorite lyric from the whole album.
Nice.
Stop taking out your feelings on me and I'll find it to be easier to be honest about all the things I never want to talk about with anyone ever again. Bro, when I heard that, I was like, man, that hit home, you know, just, you know, and it just hit home because it's just one of those things where to talk about topics is so hard. And it's kind of one of those things where if the person says the wrong thing or reacts to the wrong thing, you just shut that window and you're like, I'm not able to talk to you about this because I don't like how your presence is when I'm really opening up, you know, this like box of human being. You know, so like reading that, I was like, that's an important lyric. I think people should hear that. And hopefully people apply that logic to their loved ones and stuff like that. Cause it's a sensitive issue, man. And I mean, it's just very real, very raw, man. So that was a great lyric. I think
and
so.
Again, it just speaks to the honesty of this guy. Yeah. And like, I love when he's singing it and the guitar is like just having that one riff at the end. It's just, the music is just so fantastic in this song. Yeah. It just really puts the mood into it of just like you want to get better.
Yeah, man. I put beautiful music ending and it might be my favorite song, but that changes. Nice. That changes.
Okay. Okay. So from Sugar Rush we go to Graduating Life, which is their acoustic song.
Okay.
Every good emo pop punk album has to have an acoustic song.
Yeah.
And Graduating Life is this. It has some very, very nice lyrics to it, and it's very melodic.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, you go on it first because I have some post song listening of that song.
Yeah, I mean, when I first heard this song, it just I stopped what I was doing. Awesome. I was listening to it and I was like, oh man, I just sat down and I was like, oh man, and I just kind of sat down and I just soaked in this song. I closed my eyes and I was just like, And when it was over, I just kind of opened my eyes and I was like, wow, that was nice.
Hell yeah, man.
Because it's just such a soothing song.
It's an experience in itself within the whole experience of the whole album.
It's so smooth, and the chords are so simple. I've watched him play it live, and I could learn this song in 20 minutes. It's so simple, but it works so well. And hell, I might actually learn this song now. Fuck it.
Maybe we'll post a cover that you do because it's pretty fucking.
I might just fucking post a fucking cover about this shit.
Some alliteration.
Alliteration.
I was gonna say that one of my favorite lyrics that it says is getting too hard to pretend like you care, that you were my stars and moon. Everything ends too soon. And the notes I took here is that the album started off sporadically and now very melancholy. Interesting that when I heard this, I was the second listen, I would say, or the first listen, I was walking home. And this is just one of those coincidental things, like universe, whatever, that he said that when he said the lyric, everything ends too soon. I mean, it was a gloomy day. And when he said that, the sun was just starting to come out. And when he said that lyric, the sun went away. And I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy. You know, it's just one of those things where, like, what is it? I know, you know, take it as you will, take it however you do, maybe with a grain of salt. But for me, that was just such a beautiful thing, and why it's important to listen to music, because that moment could happen. What was it, like with Isaac Newton and the apple? You know, him just sitting under the tree and the apple falls. It's just one of those cross sections where you're like, oh my God, man, like that experience is happening because life is as well. And when those two things correlate, it's just that lyric hit way more than it should have. Because I was like, damn, you're right. The sun that did was, you know. and then I said the trumpet is there again. And that's when I said very similar to Chance the Rapper's use in his music.
Nice.
So that's when I was like, okay, it's a common theme, the trumpet. Something.
I love the gang vocals in this song too. The way they kind of echo Eric singing when he sings, "The future seems so bright, but you just can't wait." And they sing in backgrounds, "Just can't wait to graduate
team effort to make
life." And I think that's really important to point out too, the team effort behind this album, because something that Eric pointed out in a podcast that we'll shout out
that podcast,
Booze and Tunes.
Check that shit out.
They're pretty good.
If you're into that type of shit.
But they had a whole episode where they had Eric Butler on. Awesome. And Eric talked about how for the first two albums, mostly he and Austin, the drummer, spearheaded most of the songwriting decisions.
Okay.
They wrote most of the songs for the first two albums. And that Eric himself was feeling almost a bit drained, that he was kind of running out of juice or running out of ideas. And so with this album, it became a joint effort across the entire band where they had all four of them actually working together to make these songs.
Awesome.
And I think it shows because, again, it's their most different album yet.
Yeah.
And I think it shows because it's the first time where all four of them are actually writing the music together. And it's not just one or two of them doing it.
They got that. For some reason, I think of the Beatles because of Lennon and McCartney. I'm just so stuck on them and shit like that. But
the synergy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just interesting how that works. That little intimate section of music making togetherness. You know, it must be such a complex thing to do. It sounds simpler than it really is. You know, just write some songs. No, man, it's a real process, and you want to put out what you want to put out, especially when you're evolving as artists and as a group. You know, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Graduating Life is the end of the A side of the album.
Oh, okay.
Then we go to the B side, which starts with Love Later. Which immediately I fell in love with this song. This song just really hit me. Like I was like, oh my God, it almost too much. I was like, okay, too real.
When he says, I wrote, his energy has returned, but still has strong traces of his past love. And regardless of strength and what is leading to, quote, manifestation in the catastrophic breakdown that occurred between me and you. And then he still asks afterwards, do you think of me?
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, bro, that shit is deep as fuck. If I could pronounce it correctly. Catastrophic, sorry. Manifestation of the catastrophic breakdown that occurred between me and you. And he asked, do you think of me? Damn. I had to fix that up. And then that's what I write. Seems like the stage is a grief.
Nice.
Nice.
I love it when he says, I'm still just as angry, but now I've got no outlets. You only understand me if it's in a catchy chorus. Fuck you and all your letters, new pills, and getting better. I've only got one burning question on my mind. It's, do you miss me when you're falling asleep on the couch again?
Oh my God, bro. Just stuff like that is just so like, so great, man. So great. So real and it's hard to admit. You know, it's hard to admit, like, then, like, you still think about me and who I am, and then in reality, they're like, no, more, I'm getting corn dogs at the festival. I don't give a fuck about you. Or sometimes it is, but you know, the wonderment is the romantic part about it all. You know, it's just like it's so interesting, so interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was such a powerful song, and it's the first time that Mom Jeans has done sort of I don't know what you would call it when sort of an artist in a song, like they come in and they start just speaking straight up or whatever.
Yeah. Because he just starts talking to the mic and everything.
That's the first time Mom Jeans has done that in a song.
Awesome.
So
gotta change it up a little.
Yeah, and so when they did that, it kind of threw me off. I was like, whoa.
Nice, nice.
But I'll just read it out because it's kind of cool what he says.
Please do.
He says, I'm not sure if you noticed, but the last 14 to 18 months, I've been stuck inside of a constant turmoil, ultimately manifesting itself in the catastrophic breakdown, there's that word again, that occurred between you and me. But as time goes on, I've realized that not everything is always my fault. And even though I might never find myself in a position to hear you out or forgive you, I still am constantly asking myself, do you miss me?
Yeah, man. And it's just, he'll never know. He'll never know. Oh, maybe he will, but in that moment, it's like you'll never know. You know?
And it's such a powerful song. I thought I think that might be one of my favorites on the album, actually.
Awesome.
But then we get to Cry Baby.
This is my favorite song.
Nice.
This is oh baby.
Yeah.
Where do we go from you? Yeah, man. What? Bro, I'm so hooked on it because when I heard that shit, I was like, damn, this shit sounds amazing. And then it goes into rock again. It goes to the punk, but I loved it, man. I wrote like almost like a falsetto like to start and midway through song, kind of like a Kid Rock. Oh no, what was this? Jack Black? School of Rock.
Yeah.
I wrote School of Rock-esque with the chant singing, very dramatic, just like Love. You know, I wrote friend support represented to at the end. He's like, "Go John!" I think they're shouting,
John,
"Go John, go!" And it's just it's just so positive and lively, and I love. Oh baby, yo, bro, it's so fucking good, man. So this is my favorite song on the album.
Nice. Yeah, they also played this song live at the concert.
I fucking wish I saw that thing, man. Oh god damn it.
And with that outro, and they're just going, "Oh baby,"
and then you hear the whole crowd of some shit.
My brother and I were holding each other's shoulders and just jumping in a circle together.
That's awesome, man.
Just jumping around, dancing in a circle, just screaming, "Oh baby!"
It's so good, man. And seriously, when the song starts, you just get, like in cartoons where like they're like floating above with like their angel wings or some shit because they're so like entranced by something or like love something. That's how I felt, man. I was just like, oh wow, this is such beautiful sound, man. And that's what I talk about, like the range of music he has, because it goes so much from like this shouting to the singing to this chanting, and now you get this beautiful soothing sound to the ears, and then right back into the grid of rock. So. Honestly.
And I love the lyrics in this song too. It's so clever. It's so catchy. Yeah, like man. I mean, besides the outro, just screaming "Oh baby!" Yeah, like bro. I showed you the music video to this as well, which is also a great music video.
Hell yeah!
The people that are with them in that room is the band Just Friends, which I mentioned before.
Awesome. So
that cross stuff.
Greatness supports greatness.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But I love when he says, "Send a text, I throw my phone across the room, I'm all alone. I promise you I wouldn't cry, but voicemail doesn't show my eyes. Eventually I'll ring you up, break down again, you'll call my bluff. I'm making things so difficult, you wish that I just fall asleep, but no."
That's awesome.
It just flows so well. It's so catchy, and like he doesn't scream it, he doesn't like sing it fancily or anything. He just kind of like says it.
Yeah, man.
Which I think works.
It goes back to the range of it all, really just the going from one place to the other, to the other, to the other. It just really works out all together. And a lot of thought had to be put into this, man. A lot of thought, because if you want to get your message out right, you do it like that. You do it with just reading straightforward. You do it by flowing. You do it by singing in so much different styles, man. And this at this point, I was very like intrigued by the album, and I was very
Mhm.
in it. Like I was like, I gotta finish this whole thing because now I'm like stepping deep within the grid of it, not just listening. I'm hearing,
Yeah.
You know?
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Well, from Crybaby, we go to anime theme song.
Bro, so just a dope title for actually what sounds like an anime, fucking intro. Like when I heard it, I was like, ding, 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 kind of like a little bit of that. So I was thinking like Attack of Titans and shit like that, and how the intro lasts like 10 days before you get to start watching Attack of Titan. I've only read the, what does it say, manga or manga? I've only read the manga up to book like 17 or some shit like that. Delicious manga. But yeah, this is I love the use of the title because they really did it justice.
Right.
And one thing I just said, like after I heard this and what you were saying earlier, how like it's kind of fast music, I just wrote this music is meant to be performed because of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like I felt like with that, like it says 1, 2, 3, 4. You do not deserve more. 5, 6, 7, 8. I miss it the old way. And I love how I can see a crowd, like you put those numbers because obviously once you say 1, 2, people will say 3, 4, at least they can follow with that. And the 5, 6. So I love the idea of this being such a followed song that, like follow me and like, let me take you on this, again, second your way of that shit and just take you on this road of concert. That's why I wrote this music is meant to be performed. Like it should be heard in person, and you're blessed to have heard it in person, bro.
I didn't get to hear this song live,
Don't talk to me, bro.
They played, I'll say that they played one song off of the album that I didn't recognize. Okay. And even though I've listened to the album a handful of times, I still can't pinpoint what song they played.
Okay.
I know they played White Trash Millionaire because I remember the intro starting off slow and then instantly like revving up.
Okay.
I know that they played Crybaby and What's Up because those songs were already out.
Yeah.
So I already knew them. They also played Teeth as one of their encore songs.
Awesome.
And Teeth is the last song of the album. We'll get to in a sec. But they didn't play anime theme song. What I did see when I was showing you the music videos is that someone already has a cover to play this song on guitar.
Oh, good for them.
So the fans are already working on it, getting the music out there.
What the one that you found, let's put that up on the supplementary. Let's just shout out that guy or girl, Let's just do that shit. Because props to that person. Working their ass off because that shit came out quick, bro. He was like, I'm covering that shit.
He really did. The album's not even fucking out.
He's like, yo, man, I'm gonna get so much views. I hope you guys
really capitalizing it.
Facts, bro. That's what it is, man. Ukraine. I'll fuck with you.
But with anime theme song, it's so high energy.
Yeah, man.
Also another super catchy chorus because that's just the running theme with this album. It's just catchy lyrics,
like you said, ear candy, right?
It's ear candy. It's so easy to sing along to this album because the lyrics are so simple, and it's so easy to just catch on to and be like, yeah, this.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Like how you said their breakdown 1, 2, 3, 4, sneak me in the back door, 5, 6, 7, 8, push me to a later date.
Yeah, man.
Like I wish they played this song live. That would have been fucking dope.
I tell you, man, it's one of those things where you just naturally fall along to that shit. So cool shit, man. Really cool shit. And I really love
it also has a dope chorus I was gonna point out.
Oh yeah, man.
It says nervously pacing and anxiously waiting for answers to questions and frantic complaining. Baby, I'm sorry, don't want to be lonely. Wait, what does he say? I'll change if I have to, just want to be with you tonight.
That's awesome. Again, back to that romantic, what I mean? It really fucking helps. And I appreciate it, man. I really fucking do.
Originally, when I first heard this song, immediately it threw me off because this song is super different from anything Mom Jeans has done. So,
Diacid Trip or the one before?
Anime theme song.
It is super different. And at first, I was like, man, I don't know if I like this.
I was in the same boat. I was like, I don't know if I like this. Mm-hmm. But it kind of grows on you.
Yeah, and it's very different. And for me, I think because of the title, I was like, man, this is like really a cool tribute to the sound of anime and how you can have your own twist on it. I'm pretty sure there's like hip hop artists that probably remix an anime intro and it's just probably hilarious. But somebody was like, no, I'm gonna do this shit so fucking good, man. I will put up in the supplementary how artists have used like somebody has used the Powerpuff Girls, a sample of that to make one of the most famous songs. So I'll put that out. And just how you hear one little thing and you're like, I can make that into something really amazing. So their use of the anime style, very cool. Especially because when you do hear it, you're like, this does sound like an anime.
It does.
So cool. So cool of them to do that shit. So creative.
Yeah, and from anime theme song, we go to Tie Dye Acid Trip.
Yeah, man. The only notes I got for this song is druggy vibes, fitting.
Right.
Very fitting and a very, very good song. To me, this is not to be the Beatles again, but Sgt. Pepper. This is my Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds with this song. Super. That's the one thing I can say for sure. Because immediately I was in this little like, whoa, oh, this is great.
Oh, I'm a little jiggy right now. Oh shit,
I'm a little high off music, So it was fun to hear that song, man.
I would say that this song is such a drive-by song.
Yeah.
Like to just listen while you're driving and stuff. Just have it blasting on the radio, like
on
just chilling
again.
On the road again.
Acid trip on the road again.
I think it was such a chill song.
Super.
I feel like it's not super notable in terms of like anything grand or major.
Yeah.
It's just very chill. It's just a very nice song. It flows very nicely.
It does.
It's not like crazy lyrics or anything like it, but I just like the way he sings. Fist bumps, no handshakes, turn ashes to snowflakes.
Yeah.
Red curbs and French fries, a mattress that's us size.
Yeah, man. I love that lyric so much. A mattress that's us size. This is gonna be so fucking random. I've always had this, let's just say, philosophy, right? To kind of instill positivity into people who are feeling negative. Think about it, man. Think about it. You go out into the world, right? You get hungry, and like when you order a sandwich from a deli. Right?
Okay.
And they put together that sandwich. Or when you order pasta from a restaurant or something from anywhere to consume, right? Think about the steps it took for that to get on your plate. Let's just say a deli sandwich, right? What you got on a deli sandwich? Where you putting your sandwich? Where you got a piece of bread?
BLT.
Right? BLT. So you got some bacon, you got some lettuce, tomato. All the vegans hate you right now. You got mayo?
Yeah.
You get mayo, ooh, you get it hot or cold?
Hot.
Ooh, hot. Oh, so it's fucking delicious food right now. Think about like, where did the bacon come from? A pig. A pig was born on a farm, this and that. The lettuce was grown on this field. The tomato was grown on this field. And bread with this wheat, there's this and that. And the paper they use to cover your sandwich and the oven, they all come from people that made that stuff, right? So think about like when all this comes back, when you spread outwards, right? You can see the pig, this, and it all comes together. And at one point in time, to this now, when you grab that sandwich, it was all meant to happen just so you can consume that one sandwich. Like this whole process of life, a little piece of it just occurred so you could fill your belly for a moment. And I know that sounds way too extravagant for a BLT, but like I'm like, nah, bro, that's pretty fucking cool. Like that sandwich, like the next sandwich I order from the deli is waiting for me in the future because it will happen again. Unless I RIP right now, which no, I don't want to do that right now. But fuck, man, because if I ever want to order a sandwich and I'm like 97, hopefully, I'm gonna step episode be like, well, I just might not make the sandwich, but. For some reason, that's always been something to me where I think it's kind of interesting because it is kind of true. Like you get to a concert, right? And that one spot you stand in. I mean, they built that shit a long time ago. I know it's a B-hole type shit, but again, it was meant for you to stand there in that moment. I think that's very interesting, So, yeah, that's my little preach about BOTs and fate.
All right, man. I don't have much of a response to that.
You shouldn't because it's too extravagant. If anything, that's the reaction I expected and hoped for. Because imagine we go on a 2-hour tangent on, yeah, man, like that pig, bro. God.
That's how I know you're high.
It's all natural, man. It's all natural. The weed wore off like an hour ago. This is just straight up my brain. Maybe I should get high more often.
Oh man, we gotta get you more high.
Then I'm like, no, fuck that BLT. Anyway, fitting to Diacid Trip. So now we go to 10 minutes. Sorry, track 12. 10 minutes. Fucking me up, Mom Jeans. Fucking me up.
This song, I feel like, is a classic Mom Jeans song.
I put a very deep song and personal.
I feel like the song musically sounds a lot like Mom Jeans' like first 2 albums, which if you're a fan of like old Mom Jeans, because I feel like in general this new sound by Mom Jeans might be polarizing to fans.
I imagine so.
They might not like it,
which is inevitable when any artist tries to create more. I want to shout out to not that he'll hear it, Kendrick Lamar, hopefully you do. When he came out with Good Kid, Mad City, his first very successful debut album.
Okay.
And then it comes out with To Pimp a Butterfly, which is more like real, true to heart jazz-esque and everything. I mean, it has some of the most important lyrics I've ever heard in current modern rap albums today. And I constantly hear people say, I don't like the album that much. Like, I really don't like it. I'm not saying you have to like it or not. It's like how Dave Chappelle is like that today. He's so political and complex, even though he's still pretty, really hilarious, not just pretty funny. But people rather the old stuff where he kind of just makes race jokes and like, you know, purple drink, you know, that's you know, like, and you want the the ear candy and almost like that, you know, but it really is that people evolve. And that's why I want to mention those two artists, because I feel like they're evolving in their own way and they're so talented that they're going to do it and you're going to follow no matter what, because it's so good to be appreciated, not just because they are who they are. So I feel like props to Mom Jeans for really stepping out the boundaries and develop new fans that's losing old ones, if anything, or keeping them all.
It's going to be really interesting to see the response that this album gets, because again, this shit's not out yet.
Yeah, I forget, and I'm excited to see the feedback and stuff. And yeah, motherfuckers here, I'm like, yeah, man, I heard that. It's not matter, bro.
So yeah, I mean, I'm really interested to see what the response is going to be for this album from the fans, because from the shows, from the concerts, it seems like people are loving the new music. That's Everyone knows the lyrics, so. Yeah, man. It's gonna be really exciting to see what people think of the album as whole, because like I said, 10 minutes sounds like a classic Mom Jeans song. Nice. It's slow in that way. It's not as musically intricate as other songs in this album. It's more simpler in its musical terms.
Oh yeah.
But This song hits with the way it ends, where you hear the beeping of the car. The ding,
ding. I thought I was bugging out when I heard that shit. Like, what the fuck? And I like that a lot, man. I like that a lot. And one of my favorite lyrics in this song, I know it's in the beginning, but it says, "Quick and painless doesn't exist when you're already breaking deals you made with yourself." That shit really was like, I mean, anybody that sets a goal and doesn't accomplish it or doesn't even try to attempt it, I just feel like that hit me home with me, because there's a lot of projects that we've worked on. I've worked on myself, and you've worked on yourself, and I feel that we do have that sense of ambition. But there's always that little, I could have done better. I could have took more time to do this and this. And again, going back to having time only in life, where you should be working on what you want. And if you just so happen to come across this section and you're delaying all your projects and goals, just know that you could be the next biggest thing of what you make. You know, like you could really put out some of the best material, content, anything, but you'll never know if you don't put that shit out and try. And if anything, do that shit for you. And that's what this lyric really inspired in me, or at least reminded me to always try, because those who don't try watch from the bleachers, you know, and we got to be more than that, you know?
Nice. Yeah. I mean, this song, like, I definitely just saw it as sort of like the sadness that you endured during a breakup.
Oh yeah.
And like the reason why I say like the car like beeping like hit so hard for me is because like with the chorus to this song, he sings, "I spent the last 10 minutes inside my car, tears streaming at the rear view. Looking back, I was so stupid. All I ever wanted was you. And with the outro, he continues, "I spent the last 10 months inside my room just tearing up pictures of you. If you ask me how I'm doing, could never hide the truth. I still miss you."
Yeah, man. And that's the last lyrics of that song, right? I still miss you. Like to
and
rap.
It just rings out, and then you just hear the ding, ding, the car door opening.
And that's so ominous when you think of like people doing that to themselves with, you know, not to be that dark, but like suicide. And like, what's it when they fill the car up with the gas from the car and they close up all the windows and stuff? Like, people do that. And I like the lyric here. I think it's interesting, the lyric where it says, "Everybody's got an excuse for their lack of empathy and self-interest. I know that I got no business," etc., etc. But I like more so the everyone's got an excuse for their lack of empathy and self-interest, you know. And it's true, man. Back to that, people being rotten from the core, you know, like maybe he's just saying, and this is just, you know, my interpretation in the moment right now, but just like there's reasons as to why people are like that. And one of the things I wanted to say, I saw Spider-Man again yesterday on my home. Shout outs to everybody. Shout out to Peter Pan Bakery that sells the donuts in Greenpoint Avenue, Manhattan Avenue, excuse me.
How dare you?
Fuck Oxford Commas. Anyway.
What?
When it says everyone's got an excuse for their lack of empathy and self-interest, if I ruin the movie for you, it's not. It's just a little scene where all three Spider-Mans, whoops, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland, they're all there. And Tom Holland is very upset. Before spoiler, Tom Holland is really upset that Aunt May got killed by the Green Goblin, William Dafoe. And what Andrew Garfield says to Tom Holland, who's full of rage, he says that when he was younger, like he had that drive in him, and I'm paraphrasing, but just as, you know, hope for life and how it can be tough sometimes, but to come back from it, and how he didn't want that to happen to the newer Spider-Man, Tom Holland, how he still wanted him to have that within him and not go to that dark side of murder and hate, because he didn't want him to end up like Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was crazy, because I heard it the first time, then I heard it again. I was like, damn, bro. And another funny scene was when they asked Tobey Maguire, like, he makes the webs naturally, which is not comic book ends. But I didn't notice this, but when Tobey Maguire shoots a web and he hits Andrew Garfield in the face, Andrew Garfield goes, gross. I didn't know that, bro. I thought that was such a daring joke to make, bro. He just got skeeted on by Tobey Maguire. I thought that was so funny, man. Yeah, I didn't catch it the first time I watched this, so
I got to keep my eye out for that when I watch it again.
Please do, bro. The DVD coming out soon, March 22nd.
Yeah, I saw the announcement of that. Ooh,
man, bro, she got me crazy, bro. She got me crazy. Anyways, my bad. Sorry, Mom. I definitely segued the fuck out of there. But very, very fucking deep lyrics.
So we're at the last track of the album.
Yeah, man.
So I'll say that this with this song called Teeth, for the encore, they came out and they played this song. And after they played this song, they played another song called Scott Pilgrim versus My GPA right after that. So double song encore.
That's fucking cool. I like that title.
Yeah. Nice. And I have video of Scott Pilgrim versus My GPA, because in that song he uses his trombone for
I can't
a really loud outro.
Yeah.
Exactly where the hell I went wrong. Get the thoughts
Teeth is also just a really like top song for me from this album. I just love the music to it. It's so slow, but it hits all the right tones. I think. I just love the chorus to it. It's so catchy because you've got no teeth. You were just talking sweet. You were everything to me, but now you're just cavities. And it just, I don't know, man. It just hits.
I looked at it as, you know how, obviously when you eat candy, it deteriorates your teeth, and all that stuff. You get cavities and stuff. I looked at it as when you speak of somebody, the person that you used to love or used to love you, right? And just speaking about it makes these words and thoughts that kind of damage you. So it's kind of like what's coming out your, mouth and everything is like really what's tainting your brain. Like the cavities to your brain is your thoughts.
It's like a rotten taste in your mouth.
Yeah. I wrote, is it that to speak of this past love is hard and damaging to oneself, just like sweets to teeth? This is talking to the soul, So I just thought that was an interesting way to put it. And regardless of, the true meaning of Sweet Tooth and stuff like that, I thought that was interesting. How those thoughts are really affecting his soul. Like, again, sweets to teeth.
Yeah, and it really brings up these sort of personal questions of like who his character is, I think, because it says, it's been a few weeks since I made you uncomfortable with my love, my hate, my time of day, the flowers and weeds from my yard. And it's like, I feel like we've all kind of been there where we've had that moment where with our significant other or anything like that, where it's just, you feel like you've done the right things, but somehow you're doing all the wrong things.
I mean, definitely. And it just may be two minds separating from one another. Rather, again, everything could be going well. And just because things go well in the moment or whatever, doesn't mean they always work out. Not to be cliche or nothing like that, but just, or somebody could have a complete change of heart or a life experience that just segues life. And I mean, love is just like life. Very beautiful, but also very
fleeting.
Yeah, man. So it's very interesting, and it really, again, as a sum up, real quickly, I just think that this is a roller coaster of excitement, fun, experience, and just genuinity,
Yeah, and I think, like, to sum up as well, with Teeth especially, this song kind of encapsulates a lot of those things of the honesty that Eric Butler brings with his lyricism, where it's so honest and straight up, but it's still just so catchy at the end of the day, which makes it a fun song.
Hell yeah.
And I think this song just kind of encapsulates the whole theme of this album. It's ear candy. You sing along to it, you feel sad, you feel happy, and you feel all that at the same time.
Music, man. Music. Really, for real, man. Awesome. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, man. So fucking shout out to Mom Jeans, and thank you for putting me onto this album, because again, it's my first experience listening to it. And already, man, I'm excited to just be able to stream this regularly, not just off the Google Drive and stuff like that. So really, really a fucking awesome experience, man.
Hey, I'm glad you like the album.
Thank you.
And hey, if anyone from Mom Jeans ever wants to come on the show,
we're not invited. Unless you like alliteration and Oxford commas. That's enough of that.
Yo, man, that'd be cool. You trying to start something? You're really trying to make this the last episode.
Tell you, bro. Tell you, man. It's my passion. My passion. But I will say this: I'll listen to some Blink-182.
Okay,
maybe like one song. Shout out to La Norteña on Manhattan Avenue. They make some good ass tacos and burritos. Go there.
Okay.
La Norteña, man.
Shout out to them.
Brooklyn, man. It's fucking delicious food right there. Real Mexican owned people. Whatever. Just had to say. But no, seriously. Every time we do this podcast, and unfortunately we are coming to a close, which sucks. Unless we want to talk about 10 more topics.
I only got one topic, and that's to say goodbye.
Yeah, man. Yes, it is. I love talking about what we come across, and I can't wait to the next week, which is movies, right? Final bleep. You know what we're gonna be talking about?
What?
You want to find out right here?
Oh,
yeah.
Tell me.
Oh man, you guys won't know, but we'll know, and we're gonna be talking about. Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
You guys don't know what the fuck I said.
People watching the video reading your lips right now. Bitch, I know.
I never really. I gotta put some shit up here. That is the movie we're gonna be talking about next week. So stay tuned. I know you guys didn't hear, so I know you.
Stay tuned anyways.
Yo, facts. And it's gonna be a good one, because I heard that movie is very, very, probably, I mean, no, definitely going to be just as entertaining as this album. Very different topics. But yeah, man, until next week. So what happened today, bro? What happened?
Yo, man, we were on the earth.
And this is what happened in our minds.
And this is why it mattered.
This was Earth, Mind, and Matter.
And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure to share with your friends, your loved ones, whoever you want to. Make sure to follow us on the socials.
Earth, Mind, Matter Pod.
On Instagram and TikTok.
And seriously, our hearts are with those in Ukraine and anybody affected.
Seriously. Stay strong, guys.
Seriously. And fight for the best things. Putin, eat a bag of dicks. All right,
I'm about to send him a bag of dicks.
Do it, man. Do it. Cue the music.